everyone, it's Rianne. Welcome to your pick a card reading where we're going to be looking at where is this connection headed. This is a collective, timeless reading, so whenever you happen to find it is when you're meant to see it. And because it's a collective reading, I'm getting messages for a big general population of people, so some of it might resonate for you, some might not, so take what fits, ditch the rest. Throughout this reading, I'm going to use the word relationship and connection interchangeably, so just take whichever fits for you. In this reading, we're going to be looking at both sides of the connection, you, the person, the connection as a whole, and where it's headed at this point in time so that you can get a full picture of where you're both at and where things are going. If you feel called to like and subscribe to my channel, it's super appreciated and it's a huge help. And for anyone interested in personal readings, the information can be found in my description as well as my channel bio. We're going to cut over to the pick a pile screen, so if you need to pause and meditate on which pile you are most drawn to, please do, and otherwise I will see you in the reading. Bye guys. Just kidding, I forgot I had one more thing to say. So because this is a very baby tiny channel right now, we have a huge advantage because I can make content depending on the readings that you guys want. So if you have an idea for a video or a topic that you would like me to do a reading on, please comment it down below and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, bye. Ow. Hello, pile one. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you chose Opalized wood and the Light Seer's tarot deck. Let's get into it. Your relationship currently is represented by the Ace of Wands. So this could be like a beginning stages relationship where you're feeling that initial spark and you're feeling the beginnings of being attracted to someone. If you're already in a relationship with this person, it's like the season of a lot of like passion, desire, physical connection with this other person. And if you're not currently in a relationship with them, there is that initial attraction and like pull towards each other. I do feel for most people watching this, maybe you're not coupled with this person currently because aces are about an opportunity that has to be acted on. So I feel like I would feel that this hasn't actually like come into a relationship yet, but the potential is there and it's like both people are into it. Let's see where you're at currently. Tower, and your person here is Knight of Pentacles. So, a couple different ways to read this Tower card. One, if we tie this in with the Ace of Wands, this could have been like a very sudden attraction to this person and it was unexpected. It hit you kind of out of nowhere, kind of like an attraction at first sight situation. And on the other hand, you could be coming out of a Tower period and you could have had some very sudden, unexpected changes and endings in your life that have put you through like a very deep and profound transformation, and you're in the process of rebuilding. So maybe you're just re-entering or reconsidering being open to dating, and this person that has come along is one that like sparks your interest. This person currently is represented with Knight of Pentacles. I think they're coming from a place of very slow, methodical, and calculated growth. And they might have put a lot of work into their career and their material world lately. I think they've come from like a very slow moving place, but I do think that they're starting to move forward into a new direction, maybe where they were focused on themselves and their job and their money. Now they're moving in a new direction towards something else, and that could pertain to the relationship with you. How you see the relationship, King of Cups. Whatever you went through put you in a very emotionally balanced place. I think that you're very intuitive and are approaching this from a level of very high emotional maturity. I think you're just trying to lean into your feelings, feel with your heart, not overthinking with your head. And I do feel that you may see this person as a potential King of Cups for you. And the King of Cups is like the ultimate archetype of somebody who is that stable, loving, water energy partner. I think this person has woken your heart up where you might have been in your period of like isolation and healing before. It's like it was unexpected and you're like hearing a call and you're trying to like follow and tune in intuitively, and it's drawing you towards this person, how they see their relationship. 3 of Pentacles. This person, I feel, is ready to build something. They're very practical. We have another Pentacle card here. So I think that they are slow to commit, but once they do, they're people that are in it for the long haul. They see the potential to build something intricate and long lasting with you. And this 3 of Pentacles project here is a big like macrame tapestry. It takes a lot of diligent work. And I feel that this would be somebody who is willing to put in that work into a relationship. And they see that as something that they could do with you. Your strengths. 4 of Cups. Their strengths. 10 of Pentacles, another Pentacle card. This person is very, very practical, but very, very stable. Good earth energy. They could be an earth sign in one of their like major astrology placements, or they embody the energy of an earth sign by being very grounded and reliable, which I love. And you've got another Cup card here too. So where you are a feeler and coming from a place of feeling, they are coming from a place of like grounded stability. So that is a really nice combination. I think your strength is that you bring a lot of fun and color and almost an artistic perspective to life. When I see the 4 of Cups, it's like somebody who's gotten tired of like the day-to-day and the mundane, and like you are somebody who you bring that extra little like sparkle and spice to the everyday. I think you're a very like inspired person, and you can see the beauty in situations where other people might overlook it. This person's strength, again, stability. 10 of Pentacles is like growing wealth that sustains future generations. This is like a multi-generational family, very abundant energy. This person's strength is growing their material world, growing their relationships for the long haul and making them last. I think this person's going to want to be like a provider, not just for you, but for like family. I think that would be something that is very important to them, and they're always thinking down the line. A struggle or weakness for you is 10 of Swords, and theirs is the Moon. I think your struggle has to do with carrying pain from previous hurt with you. I don't even really see this 10 of Swords as a weakness. I think it is a challenge that you've clearly overcome, and I think you might have had more than one Tower moment in your life. They seem to just come at the worst of times, but each time it happens, you grow, you learn, you heal, and you reemerge as an up-leveled version of you for the next relationship. Like, you wouldn't be in this King of Cups energy here, so in tune with yourself, your needs, your wants, your emotions, if you didn't go through this very difficult, probably painful ending and healing journey with this 10 of Swords. So even though you've been through a lot, your capacity to grow and heal is absolutely massive. and very beautiful. Your person's weakness with the moon here, I feel a couple of things with this. On one hand, I think they might not be as in tune with their emotions as you, as we see with all of this pentacle energy here too. We don't have a lot of signs pointing to water, cups, and emotion. So that could be something that they need to work on. The moon is about the subconscious and like going deeper. And maybe that's something that they don't really consider in the day-to-day because they're so focused on like the practical and what's in front of them. They don't really like do the deep dive self-work. Doesn't mean that they need to do it. It just seems like it's something that hasn't really come up for them, so it wouldn't be an area of focus. And on the other hand, the moon is illuminating. It's like there's two sides to situations. There's two sides to people. And I wonder if in the past, maybe this person had a tendency to take things at face value and see the best in people or situations, and it ended up biting them in the butt, for lack of a better term. It's like accepting something for as it appears to you, and then something is illuminated later and you're like, wow, how didn't I see that? And it's because with them, I feel like what you see is what you get, and they just feel that other people are like that too. So they take things at face value, and then later they see there was something deeper to the situation that they might have completely overlooked. So they do get there, but I don't think that it is as natural for them to like see through things intuitively in the way that you have learned to do yourself. Advice for you, advice for them. Oh, okay, finally, they get some cups. You have the 10 of Cups, they have the 8 of Cups. I think your advice with the 10 of Cups is to allow people in, allow other people to fulfill you. You're complete and whole. You don't need somebody to fulfill you, but you can add to your life by letting other people in, and it is safe to do so. Not every situation is going to give you a 10 of Swords. You know, your 10 of Cups is still going to happen for you. You've done the healing work. You're dialed in and you know what you're looking for now. And I think as it comes to your potential with this person, the other piece of advice is through your self-work, I'm sure you've thought about what you want from your next partnership. Is this person that 10th cup for you? Are they going to meet your emotional needs in the way that you want? I think you know what you want. And I think you have the ability to discern that when you're getting to know someone. There is a lot of spark here. There is a lot of potential, like passion and pull that you're feeling towards this person. So I would urge you to look deeper and to see if it's the surface level spark, or is this something that's going to grow into what you're looking for? You don't know without acting on this Ace of Wands, though. It's an opportunity that you need to take. It's okay to give people a chance. It's okay to let people in and you know what you're looking for. And if that's not them, then that's okay. Then you know. And I think the advice for this person is to not walk away from the emotional aspect of relationships. As I said before, I don't think this person is very emotionally dialed in, and this could be something that frightens them. It could be that they could be someone that likes to pull away a little bit when things get too emotional if they're unsure how to handle it. I think, if this was someone that you went to with a problem, they would be the type of person that offers you, practical solutions because that's how they handle things, and if it comes to having difficult conversations, I think it would be challenging for them to just feel with you and like empathize in the moment. Not that they're lacking empathy, but just that they don't approach things from an emotional standpoint. So an advice for them would be not to shy away from the emotions, but to lean in and learn to grow with that part of relationships. And where things are heading currently, 6 of Wands. Well, this is really promising. We have your wand from the very beginning of the reading. It's ignited with a beautiful victory wreath. And the 6 of Wands is like an acknowledgement. It's a celebration. It's a victory. It's a being noticed. So I think this relationship is heading towards a focus on the passionate side of relationships, allowing yourself to be seen for who you are, seeing other people for who they truly are, and embracing that. I see 2 different personality types here, but I think that the combination of the 2, if you learn to work with each other on the emotional side of a relationship, has the potential to be very positive, and that this spark is something that could be built on. I think you're both feeling the pull towards each other, and I see wherever this is heading, you being pretty happy about it. And I think this relationship, regardless of where it progresses from here down the line, I think it's going to change your perspective on relationships moving forward. Whereas before you were dealing with a lot of like the hurt and the pain that comes along with romantic relationships, you're now embracing the experiences. And now I want to do an oracle card for you to close off this reading. Okay, we have the tribe in reverse, number 8, if that is significant to you. So ultimately, this is a card about being seen and understood by others, which is exactly what we said here with the 6 of Wands. You're allowing yourself to be seen for who you are and fully embracing that. You're not afraid to open up to people and to let people see who you are and what you've been through and what you bring to the table. And with this being in reverse, it's also a protection message with this deck here. And with this, your advice is to not dim who you are in order to be accepted by another person. You're never going to be truly fulfilled if you don't show up as your truest self. Authenticity is going to empower you, and it's also going to bring you closer to the right person. It's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to follow your heart and let people in. And I think that through this relationship and getting to know this person, it seems like that's exactly what you're doing. So this is great. I think you've just done a lot of healing, a lot of work, and I think you are in a good place to explore relationships with this person, with other people in general. But I do see some promise here. I think that whatever spark you have with this person is reciprocated. And I think you both see some potential for this relationship moving forward. It just starts with letting the other person in. So pile 1, I think those are the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you chose the green opal and the Tarot of the Owls deck, my newest deck, and it's so cute. I love it. I'm so glad you picked this pile. The relationship currently is represented by the King of Swords. I think whatever phase of your relationship that you're in with this person, you are approaching it from a very intellectual standpoint, where you're using your head, not your heart. I think that you're trying to see both sides of a situation. The King of Swords is analytical but open-minded in the way that they judge a situation. We're going to see when I lay out the other cards, but I am kind of getting the sense with this relationship and this person, it's kind of like a should I stay or should I go situation. Kings are very established, and I feel like this is an established relationship where you are taking inventory of it and you are trying to get your facts straight and decide where to go from here. So let's keep going and see your energy represented by the Death card, their energy represented by the Five of Swords. So yeah, that brings me back to what I was just saying. I think you are in an energy where you're ready for a change. You could be looking for more growth in this relationship, more growth as a person. And you're evaluating, you know, if this is somebody that you can grow and evolve with, or, you know, if you are having issues, if those are things that are going to change or not. And similarly, death is also about endings. So maybe you're feeling that things have run their course, and that you're debating an ending with this person. And your person with the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords is about winning a battle. But even when you win, you feel like you've lost. It's like an unhappy compromise card. They might feel, whether it's actually true or not, that they are often making compromises, and they might feel that there is an imbalance in the relationship where, like, this little guy, he's got his 3 swords down on the ground and there's 2 remaining here. Are they feeling or expressing that they've got the short end of the stick for some reason? And that doesn't mean that's actually the reality, but, you know, perception can be reality, and maybe this person is coming from a place of feeling hard done by. It's also a card about picking your battles. So maybe they're just at a point where, you know, maybe they're just at a point where it's like, oh, I don't want to fight anymore. And they just kind of roll over with whatever's happening. Which, in contrast to you, it's not like a let's talk and work things out and figure it out together. It's somebody just like conceding and being like, oh, whatever, I don't want to deal with it. How you see the relationship, 10 of Cups, and how they see the relationship, 8 of Swords. Okay, so I think you're seeing the relationship quite differently at this time. I think you want to grow with this person. The 10 of Cups is like the high point of a happy ending relationship, and like you want this person to be that for you. And right now, I think this person is feeling confused, but they don't see that it's self-inflicted. The 8 of Swords it's feeling trapped, but swords are about mental energy. So the prison that this person has constructed is of their own making, and they don't see it. And they're choosing not to see the issues because they're remaining blindfolded. But you can't heal, you can't grow and evolve unless you actually pay attention to what's going on around you. So this person might be one who's a little bit prone to sticking their head in the sand, and like they're not going to talk about the hard things because they don't want to acknowledge them. It's easier to just keep your head buried and keep your head down and to just be like, yeah, whatever you want. But it can build up resentment over time. And I don't see you approaching this from, you're not approaching this from an adversarial, like wanting to fight with or beat someone down. I think you're very, I think you're very fair, and I think you're wanting to communicate and wanting to grow this into something long term. Let's see, your strengths. Four of Pentacles, their strengths, Page of Cups. So your strengths, I think that you are very protective over your person, over your relationship, and over the people in your life and the things that you've acquired in your life. I think that you are very practical. And this person's strength is that they can bring a lighthearted energy to the relationship. The Page of Cups is kind of a goofball, a little bit romantic. And although maybe not as emotionally mature, they infuse a lot of like laughter and fun to the situation. Okay, let's see. Some struggles or weaknesses or challenges for you, the world, for them, Seven of Wands. The world is about learning lessons. If you look at the major arcana cards, it's the Fool's journey, and it progresses from the Fool starting his journey, and it ends with the World, where each journey is a lesson or a life phase that the Fool goes through. And once they hit the World, it resets back to the Fool, and they learn a new lesson and they do a new journey. So with the World being here for a challenge for you, and also tying into Death card here, maybe you're somebody who struggles with change or struggles to let certain things go when you know that it's time to start your new journey. It's like you've learned the lesson, but then you're not letting it go, or you're not moving on from it. And with your person, I think Seven of Wands can be a defensive type of energy. Maybe this person feels like they always need to be on guard, or that there's somebody that gets flustered, like, I have so many things going on at once and trying to juggle so much and feeling like they're struggling to maintain where they are or maintain their relationships, or the conflicting, the conflicting priorities in their life. It seems like there's a bit of resistance to all of the things going on for them, and instead of working in a way that makes everything cohesive and puts them in like a state of peace, they're like constantly, it seems like they're fighting to keep everything going at once. And on the other hand, for some people, I think it could be the opposite being true, where they have a hard time prioritizing. And maybe it could be that in the relationship, maybe you feel that it's not being prioritized, where it's like you might want a partner who puts you first, but you feel that, you know, like friends or work or other obligations are coming first, and this person really struggles with prioritizing the things in their life, and that's like a tension challenge point for the relationship. Advice for you, Six of Wands. Advice for them, Page of Swords. I do see these cards kind of going hand in hand. Like for you, I think the advice is that better things happen when you work together, and for them, they need to learn to speak up and communicate. And they need to work on how they communicate. The Page of Swords can be a little bit, novice with the way that they communicate with other people, because it's like a beginning learning stages. So where you might be a very gifted and clear communicator, it doesn't come so easy for them. And that's something they need to work on. And they also need to speak up and communicate in the relationship instead of just remaining blindfolded. Like, yep, it's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. When maybe they're feeling like it's not fine. And for you, it's okay to be seen in your relationships. And I think it's important for you to be seen, even if it makes the other person uncomfortable. I think it's like you'll always be fighting a losing battle if you're not being true to yourself. And, you know, if you're looking for the growth and the evolution of this relationship, you do need to know that it is okay to be you and that you should be celebrated for who you are within and outside of this relationship. And where the relationship is heading currently, 4 of Cups. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't want to just sugarcoat, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat and tell you things I don't see, but I think that the relationship might be moving into a more challenging time where you are having a hard time connecting, or somebody is like not willing to accept a cup of love. It's like a kind of a more stubborn energy. That's what might be coming up right now. And I also want to say, with predictive tarot, you know, where things are heading, that needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Because when I ask my cards where something is heading, the cards are telling me if you went forward from this exact moment in time and you didn't change anything, you know, you kept doing the exact same thing day after day, you made absolutely no changes, this is where it's going, okay? So if there are some issues in the relationship, which I think, you know, we've seen, maybe you are at like a transformation point here and an analysis point for where this is going. If you were to make no changes, if your person were to make no changes, this might be where it's going, okay? But if you are seeing things that you can work on here, you know, give it some time, ask the cards again in like another month or something like that. You know, the future is not set in stone. Your destiny is not set in stone. We have free will. We have the power to make choices, and we have the power to make changes, all right? So where things are going right now, it seems one person being more open to this relationship than the other, okay? The 3 cups here, there are still lots of good things about this relationship, or you wouldn't want this to be your 10 of cups. This person wouldn't have the lighthearted romantic feelings towards you, but there is a little bit of a disconnect here. So it's not saying that, no, it can't be fixed. It's just saying that if you made no changes, you would potentially run into some difficulties with the relationship as it is currently. So now I want to end this with an oracle card to give you a little extra advice moving forward with this. Breathe in reverse, number 29. If the number 29 is significant for you, could be ages of you or your person, birth dates, etc. So this card is ultimately about taking things slow, being patient, and trusting. And with this being in reverse, it comes through as a protection message in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And your advice is to do something to shake things up. Get out of your head and into your body and into a state of feeling. There is such a thing as overanalyzing a relationship. You know, be patient with working on this. If that's what you choose to do, you might decide that, you know, it's not for you anymore. But Do something to get out of your head, because sometimes we can create so much more confusion when we're just overanalyzing. Connect with nature, connect with yourself, move your body, and just come from a more centered place as you're moving forward with this. Pile 2, those are your messages. I'm thinking about you. Thank you for letting me do this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you have the Mystic Merlinite and the Tattoo Tarot. Fun little story about this rock. It's supposed to be helpful for psychic development and for having vivid dreams. So I thought it would be fun to sleep with it under my pillow. And let me tell you, the most vivid nightmares that I have had this week, on top of it with the full moon, has just been nothing short of terrifying. So use with caution. It's a beautiful stone though. Your relationship currently is represented with the 8 of Wands. So I think this relationship is probably progressing pretty quickly towards a common goal. There might be a lot going on in both of your lives, and you might have a lot of different priorities going on, but all of the wands pointing to this center point. The relationship is still like, it's like the sun, and everything else in your life works in orbit around that. So although it's like very busy and things are moving fast, maybe a little bit hectic, the relationship remains at the center of it all. So your energy, or a card about you, 2 of Wands. And about your person, 3 of Wands. I swear I shuffled this deck. I promise I shuffled. Even before this, I shuffled. Okay. These are so complementary. I wonder if both of you have a little bit of wanderlust. These can be cards about travel. Maybe you're going somewhere with your person, or maybe you met them while you were traveling, or part of what makes your relationship exciting and cohesive is your shared love of travel or new experiences. That's so cool that these are coming out like this. I think you're both evaluating the relationship from a standpoint of what's next, and it's coming from a place of excitement and optimism and passion for life and for the relationship. So I love this for you. Let's see how you see the relationship. 3 of Cups, and how your person sees the relationship. The Fool. I think you're both so similar. First of all, the way that you might be seeing this right now is you're having a lot of fun with this person. They might blend in well with the people in your life, because I find like 3 of Cups to me is about social circles and friends and going out and enjoying life and doing things. Like, you go out for drinks, wine and dine, and I think this is somebody that you really enjoy doing that with. I wonder too, you've got 3 cups here and one of them has a heart on it. So if you're not currently in a relationship with this person, even though it looks like it might be heading that way, maybe you are getting to know a few people, but this is like the one that you are feeling the most, and this is the one that is like, that you see the romantic potential with. And then your person here with the Fool, they're ready to take a leap of faith towards the relationship. I think they're kind of like a lighthearted, romantic, it's like, jump now, universe will catch me. It's like you don't know what you're going to get when you enter into a relationship, but you jump in with the best of intentions and you hope for the best, and you know that you're going to have a journey, and you're going to learn lessons along the way, and hopefully it grows into something exciting and beautiful. Oh, sorry, we're going to cover up the little mermaids there. It's really hard to find a tarot deck that has no nudity, which is why pile 2 is literally a tarot deck full of owls. No nudity there. So if we look at the 8 of Swords as a strength for you, on one hand, you know when it's time to reflect inward and to tune out the noise and the opinions of other people. And similarly, I think that if this is on the other hand of the 8 of Swords, if you've previously struggled with being in your head too much, the 8 of Swords is kind of like a self-induced prison of overthinking and not paying attention to what's going on around you. So if this is something that you have struggled with previously, this is something that you've moved forward from and you've worked out for yourself. You don't get stuck in that place anymore. And your person's strength with the Queen of Cups, I think they are very nurturing, very caring, very in touch with their emotions. Love that. Struggles. 10 of Cups for you and your person. 7 of Wands, which is insane because 7 of Wands was the struggle for the other person in pile number 2 as well. I wonder if you struggle with the idea of a conventional settling down, white picket fence, getting married, happy family relationship. Maybe that's not your jam and it's been a struggle for you finding someone on the same page. Or if you do want that, you struggle to let people in. And it's a vulnerable thing for you to think about letting someone into your life in such a deep, lasting, and meaningful way. And your person's struggle, I think they've struggled to protect their heart in the past, because the way that I look at this hand holding the wands here, they're really getting hit by every other wand currently by holding on to this one. And if I tie this in to their Fool mentality here, they might just be so hopeful and optimistic about love and getting to know people, and they're such a romantic person that in the past it has put them in a very vulnerable position where they might have been hurt. So maybe they struggle with taking the time to get to know people before letting them in and jumping all in to a relationship. I think there's somebody, when they get excited and they feel it, they just jump all in. And that might be a challenge for them to take it slow and to like fully analyze the situation. It's like they're a feeler, they get excited and they move quickly. Advice for you, Page of Pentacles. And advice for them, 8 of Cups. Are you serious? This was also advice for the person in pile 2. I think the advice for you is that it is okay to invest in other people, and that relationships all start somewhere. They start small, and it takes a lot of time for it to grow into something more. And I think intuitively, you know what is worth investing that time in. It's okay to invest in other people and in relationships. Whereas your person, I think their advice is that sometimes they need to step away from their emotions in their relationships. And I'm not talking about being emotionally detached, but I'm talking about them giving and giving and giving their all and getting hurt in the process. Sometimes you do need a balance of head and heart, And they also are somebody that probably needs the reminder that there is such a thing as giving too much of yourself. If you just keep pouring and pouring into someone else's cup, you're left with a bunch of empty cups for you, and you are completely depleted. So they need to understand that there is a point where you've given all that you can give and it's time to walk away. Maybe they stick around in the bad relationships longer than they should. And now let's see where things are heading. 6 of Wands, for real. Yeah. There's been so many repeat cards in all of these readings. It's so funny to me. I think this relationship is moving towards an exciting acknowledgement and understanding of each other and being seen with each other. I think you both have very aligned views on the type of adventurous relationship that you want to have with another person. And I think it looks like things are heading in that direction. And that if you both decided to choose each other, that you would both be very happy with that decision. So now I would like to do an oracle card for a last little bit of advice to close off your reading group number 3. Round and round, number 25. If the number 25 is significant to you, that could be another indication that this is a reading for you. So that could be ages, birth dates, a number you resonate with, etc. This card is about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So with this, I would urge you to think about if you want this relationship to be different, then you need to approach it differently. And when you're getting to know somebody, think about the experiences that you've had getting to know people, with your past partners, with the other people in your life. Remember the lessons that you've learned and don't make the same mistakes. You've learned a lot of valuable lessons, the both of you, in your past relationships and in getting to know other people. And it's important to move forward with those lessons in mind. This is also about being drawn to somebody by divine reason because you're meant to grow and evolve and learn a lesson with this person. Relationships are meant to be a mix of both good and challenging qualities so that you can both grow as individuals and within the relationship. So it's important to keep that in mind and know that you need to approach things differently and apply the knowledge that you've learned from your lessons to make a strong relationship and one that you want to continue and grow going forward. Well, pile 3, I think those are all of the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this reading, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.